Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. I will tell you that I am very excited to finally be able to welcome you here today to see the swearing in of Sam Zimbabwe as the head of the Seattle Department of Transportation. Sam got thrown into the deep end over the last several weeks, and we're just really thrilled he's here, that he and his family are going to make Seattle their home. His wife Jess and the kids are not here yet, but I can't wait to welcome them to Seattle. Right now, he is a multimodal kind of guy, as he said, so he's living within walking distance of the office. But just really want to thank Sam and everyone in the Seattle Department of Transportation for the terrific work that they have done, particularly over the last several weeks. It has been an enormous challenge in the city of Seattle all year long in terms of transportation. We started with the squeeze, where we had the longest highway closure ever in the history of this region. And as a result, had to prepare before Sam got here, and want to thank the folks I see in this room from Seattle Department of Transportation and other departments, because it took everybody pulling together and sending out the message to the public and seeing all that had to be done. And we did a great job. I think people really listened. They changed their habits. They got out of their cars. They got onto transit, water taxi. They worked from home. And then just as we thought we were coming out of that, we went from the squeeze to the freeze, as I say. And we had the snowiest month in 50 years. And I said, welcome to Seattle, Sam. But through that, Sam was fully on board, and with his leadership and with a number of the people that I see in this room, to really be able to coordinate in a way that was unprecedented in this city between our departments, between Sam, City Light, who's here, the FAS, who's here, Seattle Public Utilities, Fire, Seattle Police, everyone every day literally in a room together, seeing where are we, what do we need to do, how are we working together. Parks Department also, I don't know if anyone's from Parks is here, but it was one of the most tremendous collaborative processes I've seen being in and around government for many years. And so I know that moving forward, we still are going to have our transportation challenges. We get moved to the next phase of Seattle building, we know that the buses are coming out of the tunnel. And as a result of that, we're going to have, a huge additional squeeze period of time where it's tough for people to get in and through Seattle, because it's just math. We only have so many streets that go north and south and east and west. And as we have more buses coming out of the tunnel, that means we've got to make sure that we keep those buses moving so that people can get to and from and through Seattle as quickly as possible. It means we've got to make safe transportation for people who bike and walk, and that we continue to encourage people to stay out of their single occupancy vehicles and to find other modes of transportation, so that as we move forward as a city, and we're that city 10 years from now that we're literally building from the ground up, it seems, we get to that city that we want. And I have no doubt that Sam is going to be the person that can lead our department and help lead our city in the right direction. So with that, we're going to do, Sam's going to say a few words, and then I think he gets sworn in. The last 3 weeks was when he was sworn at. We know that there's challenges, but Sam, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
You're about to swear it, and then you can't take it back.
This is my first time swearing. Thank you. I can't say how excited I am about this opportunity and to sort of make it official. And thank you, Mayor Durkan, and everybody here who has welcomed me with open arms, open shovels, open everything. It really has been. It's been 4 intense weeks, and it's just the beginning. So I'm very much excited to continuing to get to work. So with that, I'm ready to do it.
All right.
Sam, it is my honor on behalf of Mayor Durkan and the community of Seattle to administer your official oath of office.
Okay.
If you would please face me, but not in front of
You're all
Mayor.
good.
No, he can do that. Yeah.
It's his show.
And please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Samuel D. Zimbabwe,
I, Samuel D. Zimbabwe,
swear or affirm
swear or affirm
that I possess all the qualifications
that I possess all of the qualifications
prescribed in the Seattle City Charter
prescribed in the Seattle City Charter
and the Seattle Municipal Code
and the Seattle Municipal Code
for the position of Director of the Seattle Department of Transportation,
for the position of Director of the Seattle Department of Transportation,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Washington,
the Constitution of the State of Washington,
and the Charter and ordinances
and the Charter and ordinances
of the City of Seattle,
of the City of Seattle,
and that I will faithfully conduct myself
and that I will faithfully conduct myself
as Director of the Seattle Department of Transportation.
as Director of the Seattle Department of Transportation.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, congratulations.
Sign this. I'll leave this for you.
Okay.
All right, I don't know if there's any questions. I do, again, just want to thank Sam for all the work he's done already, but also I look around this room and see the people who have been working so hard. It was a good way for Sam to meet his colleagues really quickly, to meet the people from the other departments. Any questions for Samurai? Samurai.
Ms. Mayor, specifically with the snow response, I don't know if either of you saw any challenges that arose during that week or so period that maybe need to be addressed for the next major round that we might have, whatever that's going to be.
Yeah. Well, short answer is I don't think there's many challenges we didn't see. But I think that number one is I couldn't be more proud of both the city employees and departments who responded, from Department of Neighborhoods with Let's Share a Shovel to Fire Department, making sure we responded. But it's the people of Seattle at the end of the day who really stepped up. And they did what we always do when we need to in times of trouble. They checked on their neighbors. They stayed out of their cars. We see areas where we've got to improve. We know we've got to do better about clearing sidewalks and making sure that people understand what their obligations are for their own sidewalks. We have to really think about how do we get to our residents who are either differently abled or the seniors who already have mobility or isolation issues. And so we're already doing after-action reports across all the departments, led by Barb Graff, who's the head of our emergency response system, to say what lessons did we learn so that next time we do it better. Because, you know, this was a snow response, but you never know what the emergency is going to be. And different cities in different parts of the country have to deal with different emergency response. Here we always fear the earthquake. And we know that even from this last exercise we did around snow, that there's things we have to do to be able to get into community to make sure that we're touching those residents who need help the most.
Still totaling up dollars, I'm assuming? For the
We are still totaling up the dollars to see what the total amount was. We because we were running 12-hour shifts around the clock, there'll be overtime costs. There's times for equipment. We used a lot more fuel than we normally had. I'm in conversations with our state delegation and the governor to see, given the nature of the emergency, if the state can help us offset some of those costs.
Totally unrelated, I know Como had a report last night about safe lots, and I'm wondering if you might be able to comment on potential locations for those, and if there might
We don't have anything to announce on that. Everything's still on deliberation. We're doing engagement with communities because we want to make sure that we hear from community and look at the different alternatives. So not yet, but when we do, we'll let you know.
And there will be community input.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Sam, you're stuck now, man.
All right.
All right. Thanks.